February the 9th, 2017. Okay, for about 2 weeks now, we have been going nuts over an executive order. And if you read the actual executive order, it's clear one, it has a sunset clause, which means that 90 for some, 120 days for other. Yes, Syria has a longer ban. It's an indefinite ban. And I would think that would make some sense. However, it is not considered a permanent ban because in the actual executive order it says depending upon when the president decides that um, safeguards are in place that would allow for immigration. Okay? So all of this is in the executive order, which evidently nobody's bothered to read, including reporters. What has happened here is you have the liberals who went nuts and they protested outside of airports, angering actual employed people that are trying to just get by with their lives. Yes, I'm sure some of these protesters are employed. I don't know why they wouldn't be, but the point is there are people actually trying to get by on their day-to-day life, and these people went out and disrupted everything on a order that has a sunset clause. Okay? Then we have riots going on in a college campus over free speech. Okay? That's what actually is getting through to citizens. Now, you have Democrats who lost their minds and decided not to show up for work. Normally, that would work in a normal way of doing business. Republicans, Democrats, they want to be conciliatory. They would work with you, okay? They would hold things off until they can work it through. This is a new day, okay? Let's just be honest. Dealing with Trump is not going to be like normal presidents. So, what has happened here is Republicans are spooked, and I don't blame them. He issued an executive order. It was clear he got very little input from career people in other departments in the government, mostly because, as he has said himself, he doesn't have a cabinet seated. So while the Democrats lost their minds and stayed home, or whatever they did for that time period when they didn't show up for work, which they are being paid to do, by the way, um, they waited one day. They didn't do anything, and then Specter decided it was time to get things through. And what he did was he changed the rules to where a quorum could be announced without any of the opposition being there. Now, that would not normally have been done. But, again, Republicans want people in office that are going to actually make sure what happened with this executive order won't happen again. And so we got 6 people that got approved that probably would have taken another month before they got through, including DeVos, by the way, who really was someone who should have been beat. But there's another reason for why that one got through and why the Republicans did not stop it. The fact is, the Democrats lost their minds, the left lost their minds, and the reporters took their eye off the ball because they were going nuts over tweets from a site that still says, by the way, Donald Trump. It doesn't say President Trump. He's been in office almost a month now, and it still does not say President Trump. It's clear those tweets are coming from him as a private citizen and not as the President of the United States. It is also clear that he has said on numerous occasions that his staff will give him advice, and if it's their departments, and he will take the advice from them. When it comes to the torture comment, he said that he would take the advice of those in the cabinet, and if they felt like it was not helpful, they would not do it, which means basically they won't do it since that's actually what these people, when they were being confirmed, actually said. So he's giving his personal opinion. He believes that it does work. That's his personal opinion. That is not the President of the United States' personal opinion. That is not the stated aim of the government. It is his personal opinion. It doesn't change the minute you get sworn into office. I'm sorry if you all thought it did. That's up to reporters to actually report and explain these things. Um, anyway, that is what happened. And I think he did pretty good. He won almost everything he aimed out to do. And on top of that, he got the acting attorney general to lose her mind, go on TV, specifically say that she would not enforce a law that she was actually, her department had a hand in at least approving as being legal. Okay, she lost her mind. Sorry to say that, but she did. And by coming out and publicly saying it the way that she said it, he gets to fire her. That's what happened. He won a lot of things over this. And on top of that, guess what? He gets credit with his own base for having done something that he really hasn't done. Because the Democrats went nuts. We now have this going through the court system. And amazingly enough, as far as the people at home are concerned, he said he was going to do it. He did it. That's exactly what they get credit for. But he is also, by the Democrats losing their minds, now any terrorist act that happens, he can actually say, well, I tried to do my job. I was being stopped by the Democrats. Look to them. You know, if you want people to actually start doing things, you're going to need to talk to them. So he gets credit for all that. And it's the executive order is a sunset order. It's not going to stay in effect for very long. You lost. Incredibly, you lost. And this is not the first time this has happened. He is using your emotions to get you to act in a way that makes it possible for him to have a win. That's what he's doing. That is what he has been doing from day one. You got to stop this. You've got to start holding him accountable. And you need to repair your integrity. And this goes for the news media. You have got to repair your integrity. You lost a lot of it because of the way you reacted to his campaign in 2016. You need to repair that if you ever hope to be taken seriously by most of us out in the public, including me. Until you repair that, you lose. Okay, and as long as you're going to continue to react as emotions dictate, you lose. Because he's a great profiler, and he notices. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be a great president, but he's definitely a great profiler. That's why he does so good in business. He can see where a person's weakness, and then he utilizes that weakness to get you to act in a certain way that will get him what he wants. That's what he's doing. It's been clear that's what he's doing since June for me of 2016. So why is it so hard for Democrats and the media, who I assume went to college, to figure this part out? It's common sense what he's actually doing. It's just not the way politicians normally act. That's the problem. Thank you.